got a solution to one challenge I faced years back. Then I remember losing my phone. I lost all the memories, the photos, and the contacts. Something I didn't know that can easily be solved by uploading my photos, my contacts on Google. It feels safe, it feels secure. And as I'm talking currently, I have this app for tracking my expenses and my income. You know, it's something very important on managing your finances. So after being introduced to the session of finance management, I have this app of my money, whereby I can track my income and my expenses, and helps me budget better, helps me plan better for my next day. Something that I've been so poor in actually, but I believe after this journey, I've already transformed into a better self of me. It's been actually a great journey of inspiration, and to my mentors, you know, their patience, dedication, their patience through each session and each assignment has been an inspiration to us. I've learned a lot from it, and much appreciation to them, appreciation to Excellence Foundation for this amazing initiative. And I'm so much glad that today have digged out a better self in me, have digged out an inner self I didn't know about it. And I'm a built self, I'm a new self, a transformed self. Honestly, it was a great journey. 2 months felt so amazing and felt so transforming. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Hello everyone, I'm Kakubete Mursalmena, a proud student of Build Your Best Self Masterclass Fellowship under the Excellent Foundation South Sudan. I joined the program 3 months ago, and before joining the fellowship, I struggled with the fear of public speaking, low self-esteem, and lack of clarity in both personal and professional life. So when I joined the Excellent Foundation Fellowship, I was so inspired and moved by all the course units and all that we're able to cover. And among all, emotional intelligence is something that quite captured me because it relates so much to what I'm facing in my professional and personal life. So today, I integrate everything I learned and all the lessons into my life. For instance, every morning I wake up, I'm able to journal my triggers. I'm able to write down what makes me happy. I'm able to talk with clarity, or I'm able to calm myself down. I always check with myself before I react to something. So I'm really so grateful to Excellent Foundation South Sudan, for it has inspired me, it has moved me, and it has transformed me. Today I'm able to write stories and post it without questioning myself. Unlike before, where I doubted everything I do. Even if when I write something that is really so catchy, I always find myself doubting myself. I'd be like, is this worthy? Is this even something someone can post or something of that kind? So I'm really so grateful to Excellent Foundation South Sudan for the Build Your Best Self Masterclass program, which has transformed and touched me in so many ways. I know there are so many people outside who are like me, who have the fear of public speaking, who are facing the loss of esteem issues, but I think you can overcome it through emotional intelligence. Getting to know what emotional intelligence is, getting to know awareness of yourself, and getting to know your triggers and how best you can overcome them. And I owe all this to Excellent Foundation South Sudan. Thank you so much for all that you have done to me. Without you, I don't think this transformation is possible, and I'm really grateful, and I hope others can also learn like me. Thank you so much.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome on board, and it's a pleasure having you join the last session. So, what I'm doing is I'm playing for you the transformation stories from the previous cohort. And for those who joined early, you must have listened to about 5 or 6 people speak now. and I'll be playing a couple of few others. That helps you, understand what we want you to record by the end of this session. So by the end of this session, you will be required to make a similar video, telling us your transformation story in terms of how has the fellowship helped you, what challenge did the fellowship help you address. That's more like your impact story, and I want you to listen carefully to how the previous cohorts, how the alumni brought out their stories, so that by the time I begin the session, you already have an idea of what we are talking about. So, for those of you who have been following keenly from the start, you have to continue following as I just bring in all the other stories that I will share shortly. So, yes, let me get this here. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Sia Anna James Espon. Yeah, I'm a proud Build Your Best Self Fellow. Before joining the fellowship, one of my biggest and my personal challenges was lack of confidence, which was a quiet and a heavy challenge I carried. Yeah, as a recent law graduate, I often felt unsure of myself, especially in professional settings. I would hesitate to speak up during group activities, and I would doubt myself whether I was good enough to speak, even when I had proven myself. Yeah, but uh, the change came when I joined the Build Your Best Self Fellow in collaboration with Excellence Foundation for South Sudan through their session on core values, emotional intelligence, mental health. It made me to realize where my fear came from and how to overcome it. It made me self-aware and self-regulated. Yeah, yeah. So I love the version of me that is becoming. Yeah. So thank you so much to Build Your Best Self Fellowship and Excellence for giving me these great opportunities. I am ready to mentor others that are going through the same thing, self-doubt, so that they can come from silent to strength. Thanks so much for the opportunity. Yeah. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm Kraban from University of Juba, School of Applied and Industrial Science. So I'm here to share my 20, I'm here about Build Your Best Self. One of the lead initiatives that is meant to leverage use and upskill them in their daily life. So Build Your Best Self have really made an impact on our life. It has taught us a lot of things. It has helped me build my confidence network really with each and every individual. So it also give me tools that are useful in my daily life. Tool like Google Productivity tool. So with the Google Productivity tool, I can be able to do my things online. Anytime if I lost my phone and all this, I'll be able to recover them through online. So I can say this is one of the great experience I have learned from UWSL. UWSL also taught us about personal branding and others. So align your core values with your brands and makes your professional life. So I can say UWSL has taught us a lot and we experience a lot. Things like emotional intelligence, whereby you can be aware of your emotions and how they affect other individuals. Then like mental health, how to keep habits that you can practice so that you will have healthy mental and also avoid psychological issues. Things like something like goal setting, whereby you will be able to set your goal into a smart goal, which is specific, manageable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound goals. So with a smart goal, you will be able to identify and avoid vagueness in your goal. You will be able to set a clear deadline for your goals, and you will be able to track your progress about the goal. So with long-term goals, you will be able to break it down into small and manageable goals until you achieve it. So I can say build build yourself as related as a lot, which I cannot mention. It is my pleasure to be a member of been accepted in the first call of build yourself. So I appreciate this transformation history. Thank you everyone. Wow, my job, Michelle.
Benson Jale. I'm a member of the Build Your Best Self Fellowship. Today I want to share one challenge that shaped my journey and how the Build Your Best Self helped to transform it. After graduating with a bachelor's degree in information technology, I expected to be confident and clear about my career path, but instead I felt very kind of uncertain. As known that technology is really a wide field, and I found myself stuck between many options, uh, unsure of which direction I could commit to. Fine, I had skills, I had the ambition, but I had no clear focus. Like that uh, uncertainty slowly affected my confidence and also a sense of purpose. Um, I wasn't lazy, I wasn't unmotivated. What lacked was clarity, the structure, and also guidance. After joining the Build Your Best Self fellowship, I had a turning point. Through this fellowship, I learned the importance of some things like self-reflection, intentional planning, and also aligning my daily actions with the long-term goals. The fellowship gave me a lot of tools that first of all helped me to break goals, to break my big goals into manageable steps, and the confidence to make the difference or the deliberate career decisions instead of reacting on everything with uncertainty. The Build Your Best Self Fellowship also created a self space for accountability and growth. Through reflection, mentorship, and shared learning, I began to understand better myself, my strengths, my interests, and the directions I truly wanted to follow. So today, I approach my career journey differently. I'm more intentional with my time, more confident with my abilities, and also clear about my goals. I no longer fear choosing a path. I focus on learning, growing, and also adjusting as I move forward. So the Build Your Best Self Fellowship didn't give me all the answers to my questions, but it gave me something very valuable, which was clarity, confidence, and also a sense of direction. This transformation has helped to shape how I plan my future, how I lead, and how I show up uh, every day for my daily tasks. Thank you.
Okay, great. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. And Sincere sympathies with Lumumba James. He just dropped a message in the chat that he his uncle has been shot, so he's rushing for that. Let's keep him in our thoughts and prayers. And of course, all of us should also be very safe and just be very careful, especially as you navigate the streets of Juba. It's not safe and it's quite uneasy out there. Let's just keep him in our thoughts and prayers, and we hope that things will work out for the better. So that with that being said, you are welcome to our last. You're welcome to our last session. We are welcome to our last session for this fellowship, and this session focuses on story of transformation, just like how you share your authentic journey of empowerment, how you tell your impact story in terms of how something you've participated in has actually shaped you, because we really want to see the assumption here is that when you applied for the fellowship, there's you must have first read through what the fellowship is about, and you must have done self-assessment or self-reflection or what we call analysis in terms of how you think you can actually benefit from the program. And then from there you make a decision that, okay, this is something that is good for me, and I think it can solve one or two of the challenges that I currently face in my life. And this is what the sort of transformation aims at bringing out. So I want to first ask you, how are you doing today? So just two, three people, you can unmute and just tell us how you're doing today. How do you feel for having reached this far in terms of all these online sessions, the assignment? How has it been for you? You can just unmute and just tell us, how is your day going? How is the heat in Juba today? Maybe even how was lunch? Anyone? Someone can just unmute and then say something, or you can just leave in the chat. Kajogo or Thwan. Yes, you're welcome.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
Uh,
I saw your message. You said your phone has technical issues.
yeah. My phone sometimes like to switch off and off in itself.
Sorry about that. So, did you go to church?
Yeah. I caught it in the morning.
Great. What was the main message? What was the main message for the preaching today? What did you
uh,
go home
today,
with?
today I go with believe in yourself. Then Lord is with you every day in anything,
Great.
then anything or any situation that you are.
Great. I hope you believe in yourself even
Yeah,
before that message.
yeah.
Nice. Keep
That
up.
actually, it was a wonderful presentation today, CAPSTONE presentation,
Great.
and it is a great moment for us even for spending these 3 months with you
Mm-hmm.
guy, and you taught us in the way that sometimes we just have a limited thought, and then now we share them out through the braveness of your
Mm-hmm.
commitment and the
Mm-hmm.
mentoring. Tell us, yeah.
Perfect.
In fact, that this best build yourself today it has us a lot in term of some time backs people are appearing. You can't even speak in a front of people. Sometimes you have an idea, but you have a thought that says that whenever you come out and speak in front of people, maybe you can make a mistake of saying those things. But best build yourself, teach us in the way that anything that you have, any idea that you have, you can interpret it in a many different way, in which people can understand it and help you a lot to have a confidence about yourself.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Thon. Yes, another person, please. Another person. Juan Zahara. I've not heard this voice. This is the first time I'm seeing you in my session. if I am not mistaken. Zahara Adams. Okay. Jane Gino, again, first time in my session. Jane? Jane, can you hear me?
Good evening, everyone. Is it
Yes,
afternoon?
Zahara. Zahara. Good afternoon. First time in my session. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Nice.
It's
It's
not the
what?
first time,
Which of my
if I'm
sessions
not
did you?
mistaken.
Which of
I'm
my
very
sessions?
fine. Um, I don't really recall, but there was a time you presented.
The fact that you cannot recall
So
means that
yeah.
this is the first time. You should always recall.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not the first time.
How is the heat? Are you in Juba?
But then my apology. No, I'm in Uganda.
Okay. How is there? How is the weather today?
It's sunny. In fact, scorching. Though it's 3 in the afternoon.
Okay. Thank you for joining today.
Yeah.
And you will actually graduate virtually. So you will just receive your certificate via email. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Otherwise, take good care of yourself and enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Uh,
Yeah.
Jen Gino. Jen Gino, say something. Let me hear that voice. Jen Gino? Okay. You just put your message in the chat. I should at least read from you. Um, Next person for the first time I'm seeing here, Kan Yak Wei Tor. Kan Yak Wei Tor. Yes, Kan. Good afternoon. Kan, can you unmute and say hi? Okay, Jacqueline is saying, I'm so excited for having reached this far, and great thanks to all the mentors for this fellowship. They have brought many positive changes into my life. Nice. I'm happy to hear there are some changes. Uh, keep up, please. Uh, okay. So Jane, you cannot talk, you cannot type. Okay. And Kan, Yak, you cannot also talk. How about yes, Kan?
Yeah,
Yes, please. Good afternoon.
good afternoon, sir. Can you
Why do you have to laugh?
hear? I'm just laughing because me and Jen, we are the only people that they don't talk and they don't type.
Good. So yeah, it's good, but it's good. It's good you have said something.
Yeah. So I'm very glad for. So it almost taking time without taking saying word in that group. I'm
Mhm.
always using when I see a lot of people are raising their hand, then I will just put the tag message and then you go and read it. So in fact, you will not know how we are happy, but unless when you see somebody put this one, put all the things that we learn in the practice. This is what make you that this is where you will feel happy. So at the moment, you will not be able to. Even I will not be able to talk much concerning how anxiety I
Okay.
have.
Yeah, great. So Khan, Vera is saying that is Vera is disputing. You know, the pastor told her she should put her phones down. Like in the church, even in the church these days, there are people who go in the church and then they actually just on Facebook, yeah, while
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sermon or is it a good practice, by the way? Is it bad if a pastor tells you put your phone down?
You you said what?
Is it bad if in the church if the pastor tells you put your phone down?
It's not bad.
Why?
Yes, because now, now you see technology, there are advantage and disadvantage. Now,
Hmm.
many people are the fear of taking
Hmm.
or taking the Bible. So
Hmm.
I think that everything is on the phone. So now,
Hmm.
if Father told me that tomorrow you just leave your phone at home, then come with the Bible, so I will feel ashamed with of carrying Bible. So it is good that when you go to the church, so you have to focus. You put your focus on whatever saying by pastor, even though all of you are the preachers. So it's good to keep your divide away from because of distraction.
Great. Thank you for saying something, Khan, and have a lovely afternoon. I hope I will
Thank
have
you.
you say something also as the session goes on.
Welcome,
Let
sir.
me great. Let me hear from Dual React Machuch. Dual React Machuch. Hi, Dual. Good afternoon. Dual React. If you
Yes,
cannot,
yes, I'm there,
yes,
Vidal.
yes, please. How is
Thank
the
you
how
so
is
much for. Mm. Hello.
yes, please. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, sir.
You are not in a con. You have not gone with the president.
Not yet.
Yeah, you are supposed to visit. What up? How
Absolutely.
is it
But
going?
not yet. I'm in Juba here.
So you are here with
I
the
was,
heat, eh?
uh, yeah, I was terribly sick last week. Even I did not attend
Sorry,
even the physical class, and I was yearning
sorry,
for that. I just
sorry,
recovered
sorry.
on Friday fully, and I'm
We
still
thank
weak.
God. We thank God you're
I
feeling
just want to
better.
say something. Yeah,
Okay.
I just want to say something little a bit about our fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it was very challenging to me. I don't think that I should come to this end, but something triggered me in the first two lessons that I've learned. I've learned from global productivity, the first one. It gave me a guideline how I can copy up with the program, even though I don't have time. When I heard that session, it gave me how I can manage my time and how I can reschedule uh, my timetable so that I can be able to attend the program fully. So that was really important. That first lesson taught me very well. And the second one is about limited belief and emotional intelligence. Also, sometimes you feel that you cannot be able to finish what you have already started. So when I listened to that lesson also, it also gave me hope. And the thing just went flow and flow until we reached up to this capstone today. It was a really wonderful, amazing journey that you have been taking us through. We appreciate you for the sacrifice, for the time, and how you put this program all together. So it already enhancing our professional journey, and you always give us what we do receive in any institution. I really want to appreciate for the time that you allotted to give us this program, and thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful dual, and I'm happy you have recovered. And we wish you good health and long life, and all the
Thank you
very
so much.
best.
Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
Cecilia,
Bye.
let me hear your voice. Cecilia, 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 Cici for short, right? Cecilia, let me hear your voice, or you type something in the chat. Cecilia, first time in my session. Cecilia, can I hear you talk? And Jen Gino, just in case you can talk or type, please do that. I really need to hear from you. Jen Gino and Cecilia. Yes, Cecilia, you can talk. You can unmute and proceed to talk. While Cecilia
Hello,
talks, yes, yes, please.
this is me, Jane.
This is Jen Gino, right?
Yeah,
Great. You have a nice voice. And why were you keeping
I hope
quiet?
you're fine.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm very, very
No, I
fine.
was just attending to something that's why.
Okay, great. So tell us, how is it going?
Yeah. Well, everything is going well. My
Okay.
Sunday was okay, but I've been home. I haven't gone to church.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. But I hope you are in the kitchen. You cooked something.
Yeah, I did.
You send some to
I
Vera. Vera,
finished
Vera, Vera
food.
is saying she's just out of church, so she must be famished. Send something to her.
No problem. It's even this traditional food, Gadia.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that one is good, especially with rice or boiled cassava.
Exactly.
Great. Well done. And nice.
So actually, I would like to thank you
Okay.
for the session. Since today is the last session, it has been really challenging. Huh? I
Yeah.
can remember I joined the previous cohort. Then I
Yes.
had to leave in the middle
Yeah.
because I couldn't manage time. So
Uh-huh.
I had to join again for this one. Then I
Uh-huh.
tried and I managed, and thank God today is the last day,
Amen.
and I have
Amen.
actually learned a lot.
Great.
Uh, so I
Nice.
would like to, I will share my transformation story maybe some other time. I think this will be our assignment, right?
Yes, this is going to be your assignment.
Yeah, I will share my transformation story there.
No
But it
problem.
has
No.
really changed a lot. Yeah,
Great. Nice.
especially
You
on the
keep it up
limiting
and
beliefs.
wish you all the best in everything you do. Just stay focused and be
Thank you.
disciplined. As long as you have the discipline and the focus, nothing is impossible.
Yeah, indeed. And
Great.
thank you for the efforts.
You're welcome, always. Cecilia,
Okay.
let me hear you talk. Cecilia, let me hear you talk. Or type something. Cecilia. Cecilia, you are the only person I need to talk. And then from there, I can start. If Cecilia cannot talk, one person should sit in for her. One person, one volunteer. Cecilia Tarir, you can speak for us. You can speak for Cecilia Tarir Brown. You are based in a will, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm based in a will. Yeah.
How is a will town today?
The will is hot,
Hey, it's like Juba.
almost like Juba.
Okay, and then do you have a government university in a will?
Government university, no.
Okay, but Stafford or Star International has a branch there, right?
I saw the sign was it
Mhm.
last month? Yeah, last
Okay,
month.
nice, nice. So how is
Mm.
it going?
We are pushing.
Pushing. you need to
Mm.
you, yeah, you need to push hard.
Yeah, exactly.
So what would you like to share with us today?
Yeah, actually, I want to thank Build Your Best Self team. See,
Hmm.
when I first joined, it was my younger brother that made the connection. He was a member of Code 2,
Hmm.
and he introduced me to this. And, at first, I thought I will be very occupied. I will not take time in much of the discussion. But at the end, when I read about it, I learned that there's much that I will acquire from it. So when
Hmm.
I joined, I believe I've never missed a single session since from day one up to date. And
Beautiful, beautiful. This is
yes,
nice.
I want to be sincere along that line. I was taking it serious. I was not after marks, but I'm after what I want to acquire. See, and I've made it that all the assignments have been done. submit it at the right time. And I think this is what I would share with you based on how I went through this best yourself.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing your story. And thank you for stepping in for Cecilia. But Cecilia, not that I still want to hear from you, either in the chat or by actually unmuting and then saying something. So, oh, she has actually dropped already. It's okay. Thank you so much, Tarir, and well done. Well done for not missing any session. Congratulations in advance as you graduate next week. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us now get started. I say that today's session focuses on how you craft your transformation story and just about sharing your authentic journey and how the fellowship has empowered you. When we talk about a transformation story is a narrative that shares significant personal change and growth. And this involves overcoming challenges and reflects the journey of self discovery. And this is more like, you've been part of something, let's say even at work or at school, when you join school or when you join even church, when you join or when you become friends with someone new, there's a way that comes with growth, or there's a way that comes with challenges. But then the focus here is not the challenges today. The focus here is on the positive changes. So then your ability to be able to bring out the growth that has happened over time since you came into contact with a person or with the school or with workplace or with a gathering or with a scholarship program. The fact that you're able to tell how that has changed you into, or that has helped you address one or two challenges that you've been facing, is what we call transformation. Now, why does it matter? Why does it matter that people should share such stories of growth? And by the way, stories of growth you should share openly. That is why many times you find that when you follow, let's say, social media engagements, you find that when you share that you got a new job or you've graduated, or when you share a story about maybe building a new house or getting married or having kids, people, if you find that such content have high engagement. Why do they have a high engagement? Because one, they inspire others. When you share your authentic journey, it motivates other individuals within your network, within where you share that story. You find that these people become motivated and they begin to embark on their own transformative parts. They begin to ask themselves, okay, if Teresa Akoldiak can actually do this, why not me Sijali Joy? Why not me Jacqueline? Why not me Zahara? Why not me Gengino? Why not me Kajogo Nancy? And we have we have our own uniqueness, and I believe that I can also go on the same transformation path, not necessarily achieving the same thing, but achieving something that aligns with my personal goals. You see, you find that people begin to have such inspiration, and people who take this serious, you find that they will change in the next few months, in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year. They become different versions of themselves. And another thing also is that it helps build connections. When you tell your personal story, it fosters it fosters connection with others in terms of creating a supportive community that thrives on shared experiences. If some people will begin reaching out to you that I think I'm happy you've done this, and when you share, you find, like, let's say that when you share a very touching story, a real story of transformation, or let's say that for example, Veronica, you share your story about how you were able to finally start your business, and you share about maybe your earnings, how much you've been able to make in the business in the first few months. You find somebody might be having a similar story, and they begin to reach out to you, and in that sense, you build connection. You see. And also, it helps when you articulate your experience very well. It solidifies your understanding of this experience, and then it reinforces personal growth and clarity. You see, when you share your story, you find that Can you hear me now? What point did you lose me? What point did you lose me? At what point? Can somebody just point out when you lost me?
Yes,
Yes, please.
I lost you when you were at the point of why it matters.
Okay. That from the first, did you get the first explanation or you didn't? The one for
I
inspiring.
did.
Okay, so I have to go from building
Yeah,
connection, right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay, great. So I was saying that when you share your personal story, it then brings people who are, people who are probably planning the same thing or in the middle of the same thing or who wants to start the same thing. And then from there, you start building a community. And when you build a community based on shared experience, there's high chances that all of you can succeed together. So that is why, when you have your stories, it's always nice to share your stories because you don't know sometimes who can come out and support you out there. You see that? So that is why it's always encouraged that you need to share your stories, even at a family level, even especially on with the network on social media, when you are invited to talk to people in formal events, to students in schools and stuff. Share your story because then your story will build or foster connections with people who believe or who have similar goals. And I was giving the example of Vera. I was saying, let's say that Vera started her business recently, and so if she shares a story of how she's been managing her business, how she's been starting to start a business, but she finally started, and it's just all about risk taking. And in business, especially in a very fragile economy like the one for South Sudan, people fear investment. People will rather save their money than to invest because the market is crazy. But now when you share your story, people will begin, people will begin to consult you. And as they consult you, you're already building connection. You're getting to know them. You can even go beyond the point at which they consulted you. And that is what we mean by building connection. And the third thing is empowering growth. When you articulate your experience, and then it then helps you yourself. This empowering growth is in terms of self-growth. And I was giving an example. I say that right now, the best form of learning is by teaching others, by sharing your story. When you do that, you begin to feel that you're even now understanding yourself better. You reinforce your personal growth, and everything becomes to be very clear. You begin to have clarity in terms of a lot of things. Why? This is because you've had the chance to share your experience. And that is why we've been taken through social media management, you've been taken through blogging, you've been taken through LinkedIn. These platforms are part of the syllabus for this fellowship to help you in terms of self-growth and to help you to articulate your experiences and to help you to tell your story. Example, I was reading some of the solutions that you people mentioned, and I think Teresa talked about being somebody in MIL, in monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning. She's a MIL professional. So she helps organizations understand the impact of their work using data and analysis and things like that. So let's say that when you share your stories about how even you have helped people at work, or how even monitoring and accountability and learning matters itself, you see, you find that people read these stories, yeah? And of course, opportunities come once in a while. So when opportunity comes, someone says, okay, Kennedy, I'm looking for a male consultant. Then Kennedy probably has read your story. And they say, okay, yeah, I know Teresa. She's a good male person. Or somebody says, okay, Khan, I'm looking for somebody to develop for me a meal tool or a policy around monitoring evaluation for my organization or for my company. You say, okay, oh, we were in this fellowship with Teresa, and I've seen her writing about how she does work in this field. Let me share your contact with her, and that way you begin to get gigs. That becomes your additional income stream just because of stories that you've shared. So always it's good you share your stories because it helps you in your growth, it helps you in your personal learning and stuff like that. So when you now look at this fellowship itself, you realize that this fellowship actually shares the same principles, which is to encourage you as individuals to share your unique stories. And that's why we say that sharing your story is very important. Um, Again, maybe let me just hear from one or two people. How many of you are open to sharing their stories, but how many of you don't want to share their stories? This can be stories of successes, this can be stories of challenges. How many of you are good with sharing their stories, and how many of you are not good? Let's start with people who are good. You put up your hand. You can just put using the hand raising hand, put your hand up if you are someone who likes sharing your story. Mhm. Let me see. No hand up so far? Okay, Teresa, good. You like sharing a story. Well done. Who else? We have about 12 or 13 of you. Okay, one person only. So my assumption is that the rest of you, you don't like sharing your stories. Okay. Kajogo, you tell,
We
you
are
tell me,
there.
what's the problem? Yes, Dual, you want to say something? Yes, Kajogo, why are you a good listener? You talk to us. Yes, Kajogo? Kajogo, I don't want you to listen. You talk. I want you to say something about why you prefer to listen instead of telling your own story. Who will tell your story? I think just today, for the people who did not put up their hands, just go and ask yourself today, even as you lie on bed, ask yourself, who will tell my story? Who will tell my story? Ask yourself that.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm here.
Kajogo. Yes, you talk.
Well, you had asked why I'm a good listener.
Yes.
Well, most times I believe I believe other story matters more. Like I find myself listening to their stories other than me telling them about my stories.
So and then, who will tell your story? When will your story matter to other people? If you don't tell them, who will tell your story? Because even for people to be able to tell your story, you must have told them your story. You see, now for me to know about you, Nancy, you need to say something about yourself to me, right? And when that you telling me something is already that you telling me something is already sharing your story of transformation, and that is when I then get to talk to other people about you, and that's when you get to know that your story matters. You see that, and that's why I was telling you the other day that right now in Juba, the best people who are surviving in Juba, these are people who are good storytellers. And most of them, they lie a lot. Many people who tell stories, they are liars. But at the end of the day, they sell themselves. Why? Because people believe in stories. And you find that the people, let's say that the people in Juba, you find many of these people who in Juba who are in T places, who are not working. You find in Juba there's someone who's not working, right? But the person makes a lot of money. How do these people make the money? Simple. They know how to talk. So they go and tell somebody like now Nancy. for you, you build apps, you build websites, you are a software, you develop software. So let's say that Zahara Adams is good in talking. So maybe she knows I need a website. You see, then she goes and tell I can develop websites, and I think your business needs a website or needs this particular software to be able to, and begins to convince a potential client. And then they say, okay, this work, for it to get done, you need to give me maybe 15,000 SSP. And then they know very well that you, as Nancy, you charge 5,000 SSP for this job. Then they now bring the job after getting it, then they give it to you. Then they pay you that money, right? That 5,000, and then they already go with 10,000. Who was going? And sometimes even they will ask you, for something, some commission or some percentage of the money even they have given you. And sometimes they may ask from both. They may ask from the person who needs the work and from you who's doing the work. So, and then at the end, they just sit back and they make money from people who are not telling their stories. So that's why it's always good to tell your story yourself. And uh, and we say that you have to leverage platforms that are at your disposal. When you go to events, when you go to networking events, talk as much as you can with the right people. When you're on digital platforms, tell your story, share your story. That way, you don't know who is reading your story, and you don't know what opportunities cross the path of that person. And that's how people get recommendations. You find sometimes you're wondering, someone just inboxes, Tahrir, there's this something I want you to make. Tahrir, I want there's this job I want you to do. You are good in this, please. And you've never heard from this person in a long time, but they just know that you can do this. You see, and then you get to get work done. So always tell your story, because when you craft and effectively share your story of transformation, it turns into powerful narratives that resonates with others, and it turns to be opportunities for you. I hope that makes sense. Any questions before I move from here? Okay, then, if there are no questions, let's move forward. So here is a quote from Rumi. Rumi says, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Who can interpret for us? Yes, Tahrir Brown. He was a victim of not sharing your stories. You tell us. Just share, say something, one or two.
Yeah, all right. Why I say so is that you see, when I was growing up, I don't share stories if there are things paining me
Testimony.
or if I'm in need of something from somebody. See, I always feel shy not to
Mhm,
express my mind.
mhm,
So coming up at this level, I learned that many people that don't, many people that share their stories
mhm.
have better connections more than me
Yes.
as I speak. Some of
Mhm.
them are in big offices, you see,
Yes.
good jobs, and it is because they express themselves to their friends,
Mhm.
other people that are bigger than them. So they
Yes.
used to do that. But me,
Mhm,
who has been mean and separated, I
mhm,
fall a victim
mhm,
along that line. The
mhm,
juniors are even more better than me in terms of
mhm.
connections and
Yeah, you
opportunities.
see?
See,
Mhm,
that's the bad part of not sharing your story. It's okay
mhm,
to tell someone what you
mhm.
need and
Yes.
what you have. So you will be
Yes.
good
And
to go with them.
yes, exactly. And what you are doing and what you have done and what you plan to do. I want to see where you want to be in the next few months or few years, depending on how you have set your goals. I wish you all the very best. Yes, another person. So Nancy, I want to read more about your stories. I want to read more about, yeah, I want you to be shared. I'm building this software, and this software is really good. Like I see the software developers, many of them, there's this software I'm building, and I think recently there's even there's one guy who writes a lot and I think he got the contract for the website for the office of the president, and yes, there's some guy who writes a lot like that, and he managed to get the contract for the website for the office of the president, and for some he also got some contract to build a management system for some school like that, just because they've been able to write. So always when you work on projects or certain things that you are doing, share your stories, and the stories can inspire people and can motivate people to and can help you build connections and things of that sort. And yes, so I was asking that who wants to interpret for us this. Teresa, I call Diak, can you interpret for us this quote by Rumi? What is your
Okay,
interpretation?
I will try. And hi guys. I hope everyone is doing okay.
Hello,
Um,
I'm hungry anyway.
and Bida and Vera owes me my juice for last weekend. But yeah,
You missed? You
anyways,
missed?
yes, you guys owe me my juice for last weekend.
No problem. You will get during
Yeah,
graduation.
yeah, yeah. So I think according to me, how I understand it is that you know, that part, or let's say the pain that you don't want to talk about, is actually where you might inspire somebody. So it's like if you have a little crack in your, it could be, yes, in your story or in your life. So that part that you feel like is, is the most sensitive, is something that actually might bring the light to you. So one, it will probably help you, once you of course talk to somebody about it or tell your story, you'll inspire somebody. But at the same time, you would have let off the burden of, what you were, or the pain that you were bearing in that, at that moment. So that's how I understand it.
Great. Yeah, thank you. Correct. Any other person who wants to say something? Malis Kennedy, we have not heard from you. You say something today. Interpret for us this quote. Malis or Sijali, one of the two. Malis or Sijali? Yes, Malis.
Yes. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm privileged to have this opportunity to have my insights concerning today's session. Yeah, I was actually doing something, though you caught me off guard. You're trying to ask me
I'm
to do
talking about
something.
this quote. This quote. The wound is the place where the light enters you. What is your interpretation?
The wound is a place where the light enters you.
Yes.
It should be an opening where a light passes through. That can be like in terms of friendship, there are those friends who will actually help you someday, or even those who can connect you to. So that is where the light is someone who can show you some way out of your own mess, like in life, such setbacks may come. So you will need somebody definitely. So that's how I can translate.
Great. Thank you.
Welcome.
Lastly, great. Great. Julius Uguak.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is your interpretation of this quote?
Actually, thank you for the chance and good afternoon to all the fellows. When I look at this quote, and what I can tell is what I understand is like your weakness is where you get knowledge from. When you, yeah, I think that is the meaning here. Like where you are weak, when you try to overcome it, where you get knowledge from, or where you transform.
Great. Thank you.
That's
Thank you so much.
that's according to me.
Great. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Julius.
Thank you
Thank
too.
you so much, Teresa. And thank you so much, Malis, for your contributions. Very important insights. Now, what are the key elements of a story of transformation? In a story of transformation, one, you need to have a challenge. So the challenge is the wound. That is where transformation begins. Transformation begins with a significant personal challenge, something that you have been struggling with, something that you've always wished you will overcome. It can be issues of financial management, can be issues of wealth creation, can be issues of health and well-being, can be issues of spiritual growth, can be literally anything. The second point is a turning point. This is a pivotal moment or a pivotal moment which shifts your perspective and direction. Now, you begin to understand the challenge, you begin to understand the wound. Then you begin to say, okay, I think for me to treat this wound, I need to do X, Y, Z. And as you do X, Y, Z, you reach a moment which then shifts your perspective. If it is wealth creation, you begin to think that, okay, I think I had a problem with my savings culture. Or I had a problem with even, the choices of investments I want to make. I was giving an example in the previous session. I said, for example, let's say there are people who want to make money, or they say they want to start a business. You ask them, and they say, okay, I'm looking for money to start a business. Then you ask them, what business? They say, okay, let me first get the money. Like they literally, this person has no business idea. Come on. Okay, like, okay, now how much money do you want to make? Because for you to start a business or for you to get money for it, you need to first have a business idea. Because when you leverage your connections, then sometimes your connections might help you get something. The other day, a friend of mine was in an emergency, so he wanted money. And so he called me and said, okay, do you have someone I can borrow money from? I have an emergency and I need money. So then I said, okay, what do you need the money for? Then he explained the issue to me. You see, with that, then I was able to understand, and I was able to refer him to somebody who gave him money. You see, that with such clarity is very important. And that is when you have such clarity, when you understand the problem you face, and when you know where you want to go, that is the essence of transformation. The next element of a transformation is action. What is action? Action now refers to the steps that you take to lead you to meaningful personal growth. Okay, I have a problem of public speaking. So as a result of that, what did I do? I researched some public speaking courses, or I started watching YouTube tutorials, or I enrolled in a fellowship, or I started mentorship sessions with a friend of mine who is a good public speaker. These are steps you take in order to achieve meaningful growth. And this then leads you slowly to your turning point or your change in perspective and direction. Another element of your story of transformation should be growth. Your story of transformation must clearly reflect on profound changes that you have undergone. Slowly, I started saying paragraphs in front of people. Slowly, I started addressing people. Slowly, I was able, to tell out my story bit by bit. You see, and then the next element of a story of transformation is the outcome. So the outcome is now the result. What showcases the final result of transformation? What has happened as a result of this, as a result of the action you have taken, as a result of the growth you've experienced, and what result? What is there to show for all these things? The next thing is authenticity. Authenticity now, where you connect with the audience on a deeper level. We say that always the stories must be able to touch people. How many of you watch a movie, the movie ends, and you feel that no, this movie shouldn't have ended? Because you keep asking yourself, what happens next? How many of you have watched the movie and up to now you are still not convinced that the movie has ended? Huh? You still feel the movie should have continued. Mhm. Good. Techno K and 3. Good. Any other person? Mhm. Yes, Techno. Can you tell us? Can you just tell us about how the movie ended and what you feel is missing in that movie? Yes, Techno. Can you unmute and share?
Yes, I'm Joan Jacqueline.
Yes, Joan.
I watched a movie with the title Treasure in the Sky.
Hmm.
The way it ended left me in suspense and I wasn't happy about it at all.
Hmm.
Because
So you
in
feel
that
there
movie,
should be a next season?
yeah. I felt like there should be a next part of the movie. So that is how it left me in suspense. I wasn't happy for it up to today.
Because it felt authentic. It was able to connect with you on a deeper level. That is how stories of transformation should be. And another person? Yes, Malis.
Yeah, I have one movie that I was following back then. It's
Hmm.
titled Money Heist.
Yes.
For who are familiar with this movie,
Hmm.
the way Nairobi and the other lady Tokyo
Hmm.
uh, ended losing in that journey. It was so painful. You know, they were the hardworking among the team. They should have continued after the end of the movie, but they were cut short.
You see?
So,
Amazing. You see, that is how stories should be. They connect with the audience. The audience feel, you know, there's something about this story. Great. Thank you so much. Uh, thank you so much, Jacqueline, and also Malis. So I hope your stories of will leave me in suspense as I watch them from next week. Another element of a story of transformation is identifying moments. This is where you recognize experiences that have shaped your journey, and you have to illustrate. The last part is example story. This is where you are able to illustrate a relatable narrative to engage your audience. And all these things are actually aspects of public speaking. When you are speaking, when you are delivering a public speech, you should be able to engage. And also, if you are a facilitator, if you are facilitating if you're facilitating, let me say, workshops or trainings or any event for a specific audience, this you must make sure also you touch some of these elements, especially elements like using relatable examples, elements like elements like identifying moments, sharing your own growth, talking about outcomes, authenticity. These are also key elements of actually just public speaking and facilitation, because then it helps when people look back. Yesterday we were for some training, and one of the facilitators at the end of the at the end of her session, so one of the so we were dealing with students. So one of the students approached her and said, "I want to be like you." And she was very excited. She felt, oh, okay. She even read sort of words. The lady said the student told her she liked the way she facilitated, how she was able just to do her job really, really well. This means that was a job well done. You see that? And let's look at transformation story here. And in this case, we're looking at overcoming fear through public speaking to inspire confidence and connection. So, what is the problem? The problem here was that this particular person faced a deep-seated fear of public speaking. So, what did they do? What action did they take? They joined a supportive public speaking group. As a result of that, what were the outcomes? This person developed skills and gained confidence in communication. As a result of that, they inspired others to face their fears and share their story. So let's look at this. The first one, face a deep seated fear of public speaking. Which element is that? Which element of transformation story is that? Who can point for us this element, the first one? faced a deep-seated fear of public speaking. What element is that? From the elements I've explained, which element is that? Viola Onesmo, first time I'm seeing you in my session. Can you hear me? Viola Onesmo. Okay. Zahara, you can talk again. The first bullet point, first, a deep-seated fear of public speaking. Which element of transformation story is that? Mhm. Anyone who can help? Anyone who wants to help Zahara and Onesimo, Viola? Anyone wants to help them to identify for us the first bullet point? What element of transformation story that is? Can you guys hear me, or you have lost me? The elements of transformation story, they are here. Example story, identifying moments, authenticity.
Are you getting me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Network is not stable.
I can hear you, Zahara. Yes, somebody help, please. The first element, the first bullet point, faced a deep-seated fear of public speaking. What element of transformation story is that? That is what? That is what? Challenge. We say the transformation begins with a significant personal challenge. So that element of transformation story is challenge. What about the second one? Joined a supportive public speaking group. Which element of transformation story is that? The second bullet point, joined a supportive public speaking group. What element of transformation story is that? You can type if you are not able to speak. But if you're able to speak, I would love to hear your voice. Anyone, please? Which element? Which element is that? Joined a supportive public speaking group. Let's come back. That is what? Action. Taking proactive steps that leads to meaningful personal growth. That is the action. So we now have two elements, challenge and then action. Now let's come back. Develop skills and gain confidence in communication. Which element is that? The third bullet point. Develop skills and gain confidence in communication. Which element is that? Develop skills and gain confidence in public speaking. That is what? That is growth. That is now the changes that a person has undergone, and it could even be outcome. There is the result of the transformation, or it can be identifying this is definitely growth. The changes that they have undergone, you are not confident, now you have changed to become somebody who is what? Confident. Next we have inspired others to face their fears and share their stories. That one is now yours. Which element is that? the last one. The last element is now there.
Okay, this is it not authenticity? Yes, Bida.
Yes.
Emmanuel,
Yes.
are you getting me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I think the last one inspired others to face their fears and share their stories. It falls under authenticity, I think.
Okay, good. Thank you all. So you go and reflect on this later. Now, when you craft your story, please focus on the challenge. You reflect on the challenges you have faced during your journey. What challenges have you faced? And then from there, you look at the response, explore how you've responded, and you grew from these experiences that you drew from the challenges faced in your journey. And you have to structure your story in the form of an essay. Make sure that you start with the headline. You must have a headline, because you're going to write two things. You're going to write an article that I will need you to publish on Medium or on LinkedIn as an article, and then you share for me the link to the story. And your story must have a headline. The headline should not be more than 15 words. And then from there, you now structure in the form of an essay, where you have the first paragraph, which explores the start or the beginning, the middle part, and then the end of the story, which is the conclusion. So make sure that your your story has four parts in the structure of an essay. A headline of not more than 15 words, the middle, the beginning, which is the first paragraph, precisely, and then you need to follow what we call the structure, the inverted pyramid. In inverted pyramid, the most important information comes first in the first paragraph, and then the least important information comes last in the last paragraph. Make sure that I need to get your important information within the first paragraph of your story. So you publish your story on medium.com or on LinkedIn. And growth, you need to identify the key growth moments and lessons learned. What lessons have you learned? So as you structure your story, you first again focus on the challenge that initiated your transformation. How many times am I mentioning challenge now? This is the third time. That means that this is very important, because if you're not able to identify your challenges, that's why we always tell people that the best way to solve a problem is usually understanding the root causes, knowing the problem. When you know the problem in out, you can easily now, you can easily take actions, which is now doing a process. You can highlight the positive outcomes from your transformation experience. So please structure your story in this manner. Identify the challenge. Know exactly what problem did I face that actually pushed me to join the fellowship. Or if you're doing something and you don't seem to get it right, try to understand what exactly is the problem. When you investigate the problem, it's easy now for you to come up with what? With solutions. Next is tips for writing. So when you're writing, make sure that you are clear and concise. You aim for clarity in your storytelling, using precise language to convey your transformation effectively. These days, I don't like it. Many people, you rely a lot on artificial intelligence. Please, of course, you can use artificial intelligence for a few things like proofreading and some basic editing, but do not rely a lot on artificial intelligence, especially to write for you the whole thing. Try to make sure that you do work naturally. When you do work naturally, we say that you need to be authentic. When you do things naturally, you become authentic. Just use your basic English, and probably you can just use artificial intelligence to to proofread for you or to do some basic edits. But don't just tell artificial intelligence, draft my transformation story. Come on. Number two, emotional connection. Engage your audience by sharing genuine emotions and experiences that resonate with their own journeys. And also, where necessary, you can outline key points You can drop a short outline of your story's key moments to organize thoughts and structure. So the key points will help someone who is too lazy to read the entire story. They can just read the bullet points and they understand where you are coming from. So, yes, how do you then share? Because now, what coming up with your story is one thing, crafting your story is one thing. Now, how do you share your story? How do you share your transformation story? When you share your story, you need to select a medium that resonates with the audience. Let's say that if most of your audience are on TikTok, then you share your story on TikTok. If most of your audience are on Facebook, share your story on Facebook. If most of your audience are on your WhatsApp status, share the story on your WhatsApp status. That is how you begin to to share your story. Adjust your narrative to fit audience expectations and interest. Yeah, because we say that, you remember, when you look at design thinking, many of you, many of you are having the thing to do with, you know, design thinking. You did design thinking course last week, I think, last week. What are some of the key points you picked from the course on design thinking? Uh, what are some of the key points you picked from the course on design thinking? Anyone who would like to share one or two things that they picked from the course on design thinking? The course you did on design thinking. Most of you have submitted your certificates. So what is one key thing you took away? Of course, I don't expect you to take everything, but at least there should be one or two things that you keep remembering about design thinking. I just want to understand something, then I can continue from here. Yes, anyone who wants to share their key takeaway from the course on design thinking? Design thinking. All of you did not do the course? Then how did you submit the certificate? Yes, please.
Yes, Vida.
Yes, please.
It's me, Julius.
Yes, Julius.
Yeah. So the two things I learned from that course and the online course that I did, that short course, and how to improve your business.
Mm-hmm.
How to think in a way that what you are doing, you can add value to that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And by thinking positively for your product or for your service to go on well.
Great. Thank you, Julius.
That's what I learned from there. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, one more person. Ladies, represent yourself. What did you pick from the course on design thinking? Especially those ones who have submitted their certificates. Can I call names? I don't want to call names. Just one person, please. Uh-huh.
Hi.
Yes, Veronica.
Yes. So another thing that I learned, my background.
Now your background is clear.
Sorry,
Yes.
I had another background. That we have to like identify a problem, come up with the problem statement, and then
of course, identify the best solution. Yes, we've identified the best solution for the problem identified.
Great. Thank you so much. And also, one key thing is you need to put yourself in the shoes of your target clients, the person who is going to use the products or services of your business. Put yourself in the shoes of that person. We call that what? Empathize. This is one of the steps in design thinking. So, the same way, when you're sharing your story of transformation, try to adjust your story to fit the expectation and interest of your audience. That means you put yourself in the shoes of your audience. If I read my story, would I like it? Imagine I was a reader. Again, as you share your story, you need to use visuals. You overcome hurdles. Choose the right medium. Select appropriate medium for storytelling. It enhances engagement and ensures your message resonates with the audience. Tailoring to your audience, adapting your story to fit the audience interests and needs, and then manage self-doubt. Acknowledge and address self-doubt, because sometimes as you deliver your story, you begin to doubt yourself, but always have confidence and be authentic and don't or never doubt yourself. Next steps, I want to hear your stories. Craft your story of transformation today. Share your story with others and use available resources and fellowship support to draft your stories of transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate your participation and engagement throughout this session. If you want to reach out to me for for if you have questions and you feel the best way to send me that question is through email, this is my email, bida@bidathomas.me. And if you want to reach out to me on WhatsApp, if your number is new, when you reach me on WhatsApp, don't just send me a plain hi. Send me a full message. Hi, my name is Vera, and I would like to ask you about how I can best bring out my story of transformation. Do you have time to guide me? Don't send me hi and you wait me to respond hello, and then you say, how are you? You wait for me to respond, I'm fine. Come on. Let's leave that behind. This is my WhatsApp number. And if you just want to, know more about me, this is my website, www.bidathomas.me, and you read more about me, my work, my story of transformation. Also, you will find there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure engaging you all throughout this session. I want to have this opportunity to take any questions you may have and answer them. And from there, I will officially close and hand over uh, to Samuel. He has some announcements, key announcements he wants to make. Yes, any questions for me? This could be maybe the last time you're going to ask me. So, any questions for me about this session? Please ask.
Yes,
Yes, please.
I would like to have a breakdown of this assignment because you're talking of crafting the story and then there's that part of recording. So these are two separate assignments or is just the same assignment?
The same assignment. So what you do is the first step is to write the story, okay? After writing the story, you publish the story on medium.com. Make sure your story has a headline. The headline must not be more than 15 words. And then you write your story. Your story must follow the format of an essay. It must have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion, and roughly about 500 words. And then from there, you now record the same story in the form of a video. You repurpose it into a video. Then you record yourself using at least your video should be in a good resolution. And then from there, if the storage is too big, you first upload the video to YouTube. You get a place with the Starlink internet. You pay for 1,000, 2 hours or 3 hours. You upload it to your story to YouTube, and then you just send me the link to YouTube. That is how you submit the story. First, Write the story, publish on Medium. 2, record yourself telling the same story that you have written. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. That's clear, right? Next, any other question? Any other person who has a question for me? Okay, if there are no questions for me, then I am let me just read for you the assignment. Then I will say I am a free citizen. I look for the only thing left for me from you is to just hear your story of transformation, and then so this is the assignment. This is the assignment. It reads like this. It reads like this. As a Build Your Best Self Fellow, you are invited to reflect on your journey and showcase how the fellowship has genuinely transformed you. This is your chance to tell your story honestly, originally, and powerful through writing and video. Instructions. 1. Choose one challenge. Identify one key personal or professional challenge you faced before joining the fellowship. For example, fear of public speaking, poor time management, unclear career path, lack of confidence, etc. That is number 1. Number 2, tell your story. Write an original article of 500 to 1,500 words that explains the challenge and how it affected your life. 2, how the Build Your Best Self Fellowship helped you face or transform that challenge. Number 3, what practical steps or tools from the fellowship contributed to the change? Number 4, how are you different now and what are you doing with the transformation? Number 3, format. Your article, it must have a title, clear and engaging, subtitle, a short summary or angle of your story, featured image. Use a relevant, copyright-free image or original photo. Paragraphs. Use short, well-structured paragraphs with headings where helpful. Number 4, publish. Upload your article to medium.com. Use your account. Share the link via Google Classroom under the assignment post. Number 5, record a 2-minute video. In your own words, describe your transformation. Be clear, confident, and authentic. Upload the video to Google Classroom or first upload it as a private YouTube video and share the link. Deadline, the deadline, of course, is Friday, which is the 12th of June 2026. Note, this is a personal creative reflection. Do not use AI-generated content. We want your voice, your journey, your truth. Let your transformation inspire others. Just like how you are able to listen to the story of transformation to the cohorts in the previous cohorts, you had their stories at the beginning. So with that being said, and with no questions being asked, I want to wish you all the very best, even as we look forward to the graduation. And I wish you every success. I hope that all of you will meet the requirements for graduation and be able to receive your certificate. And I am a free citizen. I'm handing over to Samuel. Samuel, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel Vida. It has been really a wonderful and insightful session. I've been listening throughout the session since the beginning of it. I was following every bit of the words you guys said. So, good afternoon, everyone. It has been really a pleasure to have you today in this special session on capstone presentation and transformation story under the inspiring theme on your growth, articulate your becoming. So today's was not more than just presentation session. It was really a celebration of growth. You have watched the videos from the previous cohort. So they have shown how they celebrated their growth, resilience, learning, and transformation. So throughout this journey, or throughout the journeys, I know that you follows up challenge yourself and also develop new skills, embrace a new perspective, and also taking intentional steps toward becoming the best versions of yourself. I think with that, I would love to just put some few things across as today ends our the final session throughout the journey. So, and before we proceed the announcement, I've just dropped the attendant links. Please make sure you sign as we. I'm going to drop air out this announcement. So I would like to take this moment to just clarify some our graduations requirements. Graduation from the Build Up Yourself Fellowship. It's not all about reaching the end of the program. Most of us sometimes think, like we think maybe it's only for me to be attending, or maybe only for me to do the assignment without attending. So vice versa does not work. Okay, so it's about demonstrating your commitment throughout the journey. To qualify for this graduation, I would say a fellow must meet these two key requirements. Okay, I've been sharing and I've been refraining in the WhatsApp group for so long now. So one of which is the consistent participation and attendance in the fellowship. I've been tracking. I've been also observing how the sessions are being run throughout the 3 months. I can tell who normally participate and who does not, and who, I already know how far you guys have come. Okay, so consistent participation and attendance in the fellowship, it's a must. It's a key requirement. Second of which is the completions of all assigned tasks with zero pending assignment, no missing assignment. With exception, today I've been reviewing, I've been also screening. Like I have like 12 fellows who really meet the two requirements for now. I'm going to share later in the evening, like for those who are going to be graduating from this cohort. So since we have one more session that it's going to end, I mean, like the assignment due date, it's on Friday, like this assignment. So I would say for those who will make the correction on the first assignment, so they will be the one to proceed with the assignment. Okay. So these requirements are in place. Okay. These two as requirements to ensure that every graduate is fully engaged with the learning experience. Okay, it's not all about certification. We want to make sure that you engage with the learning. You have successfully completed this program. Expectations. Okay, for all the fellows, you may not meet this requirement at this time. I know, of which because I've been reviewing, some of you even have like more than 7. And from what I've realized, most of the people, even who have like more than 6 to 7 assignments, there are fellows who have been following, have been attending all the sessions, but I don't know what really stopped them from finishing the assignment. So this does not make the end of your journey. Okay, for those who might not meet the graduations. Okay, it's not the end of the journey. We will remain committed to supporting your growth we're already a family in the WhatsApp group. You're not going to be dropped out from the WhatsApp group. You're going to be there, and we shall always be committed to be supporting your growth. And you will have the opportunity also to continue with fourth cohort if, like, from where uh, you can complete any outstanding requirement or assignment. Okay, and to continue from where you left off, toward a successful graduation. So we recognize the effort of every fellow who has invested in this journey. And we encourage everyone to view this as a process of growth, okay? Learning and also continuous improvement. So thank you so much for attending today's session. I would also love to walk you through, for those who might not have seen the sheet that I've been sharing, or maybe you did not see the link. Let me just let me share my screen for a moment, and then I'm going to walk you through my sheet of tracking your assignments. Uh, let me do that. Okay, let me hope you guys can see my screen. So we have, so these are the names of fellows. We have like around 35 fellows. I was expecting all of these fellows to graduate, you know. Unfortunately, we have people who did not complete. They still have pending assignment, missing assignments. So it's tough. You can see like those of likes of a called the Tracer. They're always being active, but you still have like, I think, many assignments. So for those who have completed, let me show you. I think, yeah, these are the people that have zero assignment for now, with the exception of today's assignment. And I really hope that by the end of today, you guys are going to turn in all your assignments, hopefully, okay? So, with that being said, I wish you a lovely evening and also congratulations in advance. And hopefully, to see you in the graduation. I expect all of you guys. Okay. And I'm also happy for you with this milestone that you guys have come this far. So, thank you so much, guys, for listening and also for joining today's session. See you. And I think I'm going to hang for a moment. If there are any inquiries, if there are questions that might come straight to me or to the team of Build Up Yourself, I'll also be gladly to be answering your questions. And if you have signed attendance, you can also leave the call. Like, yeah, if you wish to leave the call, you can leave now. But make sure you
Uh,
feel attendance. Yes,
yes, yes,
Julius.
Samuel.
Yes.
You
Good
are talking
afternoon.
to Julius.
Yes, Julius, I can hear.
Uh, I'm having a question
Yes, please.
concerning the graduation.